Ooh, what up? No, it is a Thursday. This is Knockouts and Three Counts, and we are ready to rumble. That's right, Battle Rumble. We have Megaran, AJ Francis, and Big Swole all joining us tonight. We got a lot to talk about. We got hip hop to talk about, wrestling to talk about, diabetes and health and all kinds of other stuff. You're getting it all here tonight on Knockouts and Three Counts. But before we get to that, I got to tell you about our sponsors at Potter's Tree Service. Potter's Tree Service has been rocking with us for a little bit, but if you are in the need for tree removal, tree trimming, chipping service, storm damage cleanup, walnut logging, or lot clearing, Potter's Tree Service is the way to go. But I will play this video so you can see better than I can tell you and enjoy the show.
This is the Ring of Honor, a.k.a. Shane T, boy, the baddest champion you ever seen, boy.
This is Mr. Anderson.
This is good old JR Jim Ross, and you are listening.
You're listening to Knockouts and Three Counts.
That might be one of the craziest knockouts I've ever seen in my life.
Knockouts and Three Counts is the podcast, baby. It's the real deal, baby.
Knockouts and Three Counts starts now.
Boom. And just like that, it is Knockouts and Three Counts. We're back at it. And like I said, we've got quite the list of guests with you. Megaran and AJ Francis will be joining us towards the end of the show. But we've got the return of the homie Big Swole. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Not bad. What up, though? Megaran checking in the comments. He had baby duties right quick. We'll see a little bit from him and talk about the Battle Rumble here in a little bit. But I can't complain,
I wore a shirt on and everything, man.
I know. You see that, Rand? Showing love and everything.
You know how it goes.
Yeah.
See, I was wearing a special T-shirt too, except mine was kind of actually like antagonizing because the last time I saw Megaran and AJ, it was when they were going head to head with STP out at WrestleMania weekend. So shout out to the homie Shane Taylor. You know, all that. See, he's the shirt. He peeped. Right. We're gonna get a little bit into that, like I said, but. You know, shout out to Megaran, you know, doing his thing with Buddy's Magic Toy Box all over here and on the Billboard charts and trying to get Grammys and all that kind of stuff. I see you out here. But we got to talk about what's new in the world of Big Swole. It's been a pretty busy time over here at Knockouts and Three Counts, but this is the first time you've been back on the show since what's been called one of our best episodes because they enjoyed learning a little bit more about the Crohn's journey and just our banter and bullshit. So with that being said, what's new in your world?
Well, I am fresh off of hosting Ashe Wrestling. So out in Charlotte, North Carolina with Darius Lockhart being the curator. It's been some years putting this show together. So I'm very happy seeing the fruition and seeing it come to life and just being a part of something that is trying to change the culture, change the talk, change the conversation.
So tell me about that. I was looking into that. First of all, thank God you said the name of it because I definitely was not going to call it Ashe Wrestling. So first of all, good looking because you
Wait,
definitely
what was you
made.
finna call it? No,
I
no
thought it was
bad.
just ASE Wrestling. I didn't know if it
I thought it
stood
was
for
an
something
acronym
or
for
something
real.
like
Okay.
that. Like I didn't know if it had like each letter had a meaning or something. That's what I was
Mhm.
going with. But boy,
Like
was
a
I
little
off.
acronym. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I
Ashe.
thought it was a good acronym.
Ashe.
Hey, at least mine was a fair guess. All right, at least it wasn't
Right,
nothing.
right,
It
right.
wasn't nothing dumb. You know,
Yeah.
traditional wrestling acronyms and all that stuff. But how'd you get involved with that? I saw you were stepping back into wrestling. You know, I know the last time we talked, you were talking about how, you know, it was something that you wanted to get back into once you got things situated. How'd you get involved with that?
Well, it was about, I want to say about 4 years ago. It was like we all kind of just got together, sat down, and said that this is what we want to do. There's a lot of people that say, "Oh, if I had the money, I'd do X, Y, and Z," and we were like, "No, the proof is in the pudding, and this is what we're going to do." You know, so we just started pulling our money together, putting our thoughts together, just kind of seeing what we wanted the promotion to be like, what we wanted to feel like, and going from there, Darius just like took a hold of it. He was like, "All right, I'm gonna run with this, y'all. You know, here's another one for you." That was pretty much him in his LeBron era.
Dude, Rand coming in like the encyclopedia. He's letting us know
Yeah,
what Ashe stands for out here. Uh let's see.
I
YouTube
like
Yoruba
that, man.
philosophy that is defined to represent the power that makes things happen and produces
Yeah,
change. I
and
like that.
produce change. Yep, Ashe.
See,
I love it.
it does got meaning. It wasn't what I was thinking it was, but it has some meaning to it. I
Mm-mm.
like it. Definitely better than your normal just stereotypical insert three letters here wrestling company. So
True.
tell me about the show. I mean, everything I saw with the pictures, man, it looked like you guys had a great turnout. It looked like it was
Oh,
great action.
it was great. It was at the historic Grady Cole Center in Charlotte, North Carolina. We had Darius Carter out there. We had Gresham out there. Aja Kong main event with Trisha Dora. That match was
Nuts.
crazy. Oh man, I was like, "Are you all right?" You know, I'm over here patting Tasha. You know, not Tasha, but Trish at the end, like, "Baby girl." Next thing I know, there was look chairs flying and stuff. I was like, it's crazy. Yeah, we had John C out there. We had Team North Carolina versus Team Georgia. Team North Carolina won. Woo, woo, you know what it is. Georgia didn't have a chance at
Oh,
all. Sorry, it'd be like that.
Hey
need
man,
rivalries
we love a
everywhere.
little bit of trash talk this time of year, man. That's speaking of trash talk, you know, you got to tell me, how does Big Swole become part of the Battle Rumble? We got to talk a little bit about it with Mega Ran, which you're going to see here in a little bit with AJ Francis. But how do you get involved in this? Because before we get to that, I got to ask you this
Mm,
first. So this is a two-part question. So before we get to how you got into the
okay.
Battle Rumble, you know, I was doing my research. I saw the joint that you did with Swerve, who's another person who's going to be involved with this whole Battle Rumble thing. So tell me about your background with the whole hip hop thing. What kind of stuff are you into? And then how did you get involved with the Battle Rumble?
Well, Swerve at the time was like, "Sis, I got this track. I need you on it." He's like, "I've heard you sing a little bit." He's like, "I just need you on it." And before I said yes, I was just like, well, I don't really sing like that. I don't really like train my voice or anything like that." So, but he was like, "No, I just need you in the studio." We went to the studio and it was like magic. Like I came up with the chorus. I was like, "No, this is how it needs to go. This is the melody." You know, I just became in my zone. Like I swear I was like maybe a producer or some A&R in my former life because it was just I had the tunnel vision like Biker Boys at the end. I was just like, I was zoned in. And from there, we just started making music. And he would send me some tracks and like Juice from, oh man, I can't even remember. Flatbush Zombies would send me some stuff too. And it just became like second nature just to listen to music and want to produce and want to just be a part of the art. My whole thing is I'm big on art. So it doesn't matter if it's like hip hop, doesn't matter if I'm singing country, gospel, R&B, you name it, I would probably listen to it and sing it if it's good.
See, and that's really where I'm at. I probably have got like one of the widest ranges of concerts of people I know. Like I've literally been to
Facts.
probably like everything from I went to Faster Horses, which is all country. I've been to Slipknot. I've been to Jeezy. I've been to
I was about to
Gucci.
say,
I've been
how many
to
damn concerts did we hit just this last summer?
right, dude. We went
Just-
when we go, and then we already got the full lineup for next year. We just went to Drowning Pool and Saliva, taking it back
Nice.
to the old pay-per-view days, and we just got to see
Wow.
probably the best concert I've ever seen in my life.
Mm.
And that is a 2-day concert, but it was Metallica and Pantera night 1.
I
and
lost
night
my
2
voice
was
completely.
right, and then Metallica
Lucky.
and Five Finger Death Punch night 2 with who opened for them on that one? Ice Nine Kills. So yeah,
Ice
man,
Nine
it was
Kills,
Dang,
it was
that
nuts.
I couldn't
sounds
talk for a
lit.
week. It was great.
I bet.
I regret
Oh.
nothing.
I want to know how
Man.
you lost your voice still,
I
because
don't
you weren't
either,
even
dude.
screaming like that, but it was
I-
pretty fucking funny.
I was trying to hit those Hetfield vocals, bro. Those deep from the soul.
From
you know,
he's
from
trying
the
to hit that
grunge.
vibrato.
yeah, dude. Trying to
Yeah.
get the and then,
You were
That
just too busy
diaphragm.
trying to catch a beach ball.
yeah, it just didn't work out for me.
Dude, they everybody talks about the beach balls when it's the Raw after WrestleMania. They had like the most giant sized beach balls that dropped from the ceiling both nights, and they just had them going all the way up into the stands and everything. It was a sight to behold.
Wow.
It was.
It was a sight to behold. Definitely, if you can make it to the second leg of the tour that's coming in 2024, highly recommend. Shout out to past guests of the show, Chris Kale from Five Finger Death Punch. Y'all killed it, and I ain't mad at you guys for getting ushered out of here with a police escort. Y'all were all.
That sounds dope. That sounds dope, man. I've only been to one concert where it had a beach ball go on, and it was at the No Doubt concert. And
No shit, that's taking it back.
Paramore opened up for them, but it was so lit.
She was
Hell
stuck
yeah.
in her misery business, but
Yeah, man, yeah. I got in, before they stopped.
Hell yeah, man.
I remember seeing them at Warped Tour make myself feel old real quick. But
that van.
hey man, it's crazy to think how long ago the first Warped Tour I went to was at the Pontiac Silverdome, and they've knocked that down at this point. So
The Silverdome, brother. No.
yeah, the bastards, not the
Yeah.
Silverdome, but yeah,
They
the
knocked the
Silverdome
Silverdome down. They knocked the Palace down. They just
I'll
knocked
say
Old
everything
Tiger
down.
Stadium.
Yeah,
All the old
Michigan-
stuff is gone.
Michigan just kept getting hit.
Man,
Or I guess
All of
I guess they don't believe in historical buildings here in Detroit, but
they definitely don't. They definitely do not.
You know they don't.
yeah, man, it's crazy. But talking about historic things and all this stuff, I feel like with the way that this is lining up and with what you guys are going to hear in a little bit in the teasers and hints that were dropped in the rest of this interview, January 26th is looking like it's going to be an epic ass night. So how are you feeling about this Battle Rumble? Are you going to be getting into the battle portion of it? Because AJ already came out and said it don't matter. He's taking on any and all comers. He said Mega can get it too. So
honestly, you never know. Once I got that drink in my system, hey, I may be like, you know what? Let me just fit this real quick and drop the mic and be out.
That drink can take you anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. That crown, boy, take you down. Goose get you loose.
Hey, I'm ready to go. I feel like this is gonna be a badass time. We're all gonna be out there for Royal Rumble weekend, but here's the real question: where are we eating chicken at?
Chicken.
Hell yeah. We gotta eat some chicken. It's like a tradition at this point, man. I feel like I gotta figure out the best chicken spots everywhere we go. And since we had that bomb ass chicken in LA,
we did have that really good chicken. Now I can take you to a spot. I ain't gonna say it here, but I'll text it to you.
It's all good. We can keep it confidential. My fat ass just needs to eat.
I don't need people in like that Tampa, Clearwater area find out about this spot because they got some really good lemon pepper wings. It make you feel like you in Atlanta.
Oh boy.
It's so
see
it'll
J-Bone, there's still time for you to get a flight to Tampa.
I don't know. I might sneak down there.
Look, just make sure you get your hotels in South St. Pete. I don't know why I know we keep saying Tampa, but it's in South St. Pete, everybody. Please, for the love of God, don't
So-
be in Tampa.
You'll have to ask Megaran on that one. Hopefully, I'm hoping that we're doing all right on the what up, no. I'm hoping that we are gonna be all good on the vacation front. I figure we'll be all right. I'm getting in town Friday. I'll be there. We'll be there Friday and Saturday for the event for the Royal Rumble. Speaking of the Royal Rumble, I gotta know, the last time you came on, we had quite the spirited conversation about one Dominic Mysterio and the things that were going on with the Judgment Day. So how are you feeling headed into the Royal Rumble? Because we've got quite the conundrum now, because it don't even got to do with the Judgment Day, even though it could with that Money in the Bank, because now you got CM Punk and Cody Rhodes and who's going to win the fucking Royal Rumble. I know we had a good chat last time. I got to know how you feeling on the state of wrestling right now.
Listen, I think the state of wrestling is in a good place. All right, it's in a real good place, and it's coming from the Olivia Pope of wrestling herself. Like, I'm looking forward to everything wrestling related. I'm looking forward to just like being saturated in wrestling, because you never know what's about to happen. Like, it feels like we're in unprecedented times now. I mean, CM Punk is home.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
Wait a minute.
Who
There's
thought we
the
would
man
have said something
himself.
about that?
I'm going to this
Hey, he's
Rumble.
back.
With the running.
And Buddy's with us. What's good, my man?
All right.
Hey, what's up? Can y'all hear me?
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
What's
cutie
up, dude?
pie. Hey, sugar.
That's our little guy. He just finished his food. He had hot dogs for the first time and tore them up.
What?
Oh.
So is he a ketchup guy, or are we doing relish or onions? What are we doing with these hot dogs?
Oh no, I don't want to mess, so we don't do any condiments yet. Nah, he has
That
to.
sounds
he
like
has
my
to-
guy Tank.
He has to request them because it's gonna be a mess.
I ain't get my
No
baby ain't
ketchup?
get no hot dog until she was about 5.
Wow. I cut it all up nice and small, and I didn't
It
think he was gonna eat it. I was like,
it
nah,
make them
he's
it
gonna eat it.
runs through them like bologna.
Oh no.
You gotta think about
You
you
don't
gotta
want
think
that,
about
man.
the sensitive constitutions. Babies got
Oh
sensitive,
no. Oh
so
no, I didn't think about
they
that.
like high end stuff because they knew.
That's actually a good, really good point. So we will be on the lookout because it's
Yep.
probably going down tonight.
So Rand, since we were already a little started when you jumped in, so I want to catch you up. Tell us a little bit about Battle Rumble. Tell me about bringing Big Swole to the party, and tell them, give them a little bit of a teaser of what they're going to see here at the end of the show when we get to chop it up with AJ Francis.
Oh man, I knew when I talked to Swole about it. She's like, "Oh, I'm in Tampa. You can't." Basically, it was like, "You can't do this without Big Swole." And I was like, "Say less." And so that's kind of how it happened. We was like, "All right, it's gonna happen, and it's got to go down. And Swole has to be involved." And
Right.
so yeah, I was like, and I just, Swole. I'm an energy guy, and I think like Swole's like energy is infectious. It's just enormous. It's gigantic. It is, it changes the mood of anybody around. You can't even be in a bad mood around Swole. Like, it's not possible.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Because she'll probably just beat you up, and then
Double facts.
And then
Hello.
it's going one way or another. It's going to change. So the mood will change. So I knew I needed that energy around, like especially in Tampa. She know where to go. She know where not to go.
We were just talking about the chicken spots.
So yeah, absolutely. Like, it was a must. So I'm just glad she was down to be a part of it. Like, I feel like with a mic in her hand, or just moving through a crowd, she's dynamic and electric, and that's the kind of energy we want to bring to the event. It's going to be a lot of people having a good time. I'm sure the libations will be flowing.
Well, that was crazy what just happened with the hearts. I don't know how
Right,
that happened.
right.
I don't know what the hell just happened.
I was like,
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Dang.
Yo, I'm not tripping. Did anybody else just see
I
them
saw it
hearts
too.
come over here? Oh, shit. She's got hearts coming out of her hands.
Wow, she's magical. Yo, is that some crazy AI stuff?
Yeah, I mean, maybe Opus is listening to our conversation, but I don't know what I don't know what happened here.
You know,
That's
it just
wild.
So
happens
is
when
it
you're a
like you
Disney
make a heart and
princess.
then it happens? Is that what
Right?
happens?
Yeah. It's
Everybody
you
make
made,
a heart. I don't know. Is it?
I made a heart.
Nah, that didn't happen.
My
Yeah,
heart ain't
No.
good, bro.
it's just
Yeah.
Swole.
That's just Swole,
Swole's
man.
got
She's
the
got the
hearts in her
magic.
hands. It's
I got the
see,
heart.
she's
Crazy,
got
yo.
magic too.
Yeah.
That's why she knows she's going to win the Battle Rumble.
Yeah.
It comes with the magic.
Anything
Hey.
she's involved in is magic. That's how it goes. So that answers your question right there. Like, wow, how could you not? How could you not have that kind of magic involved in what we're doing? So yeah, like
Swole got
I'm
the
just-
glow.
Yeah.
I'm really excited, like just to to be able to put everybody in a room. We all know we've experienced Wale Mania. We know what those vibes is like. Basically, when the soul gets involved with the wrestling, it brings out a whole new vibe. So I'm just like, I just want to capture a little bit of that and bring it to Tampa. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play some music. We're gonna have some good vibes. I got great DJs, great producers, great MCs, and yeah, hopefully some video games. And we just gonna bring everybody together to just vibe out, man. And it's gonna be at the Crowbar, right in Ybor. You might see if you see a rooster walking around in the street, you know you're in the right place, because that's literally the first thing I saw when I got out of the car in front of the Crowbar.
Yep.
A rooster just walking down the street, like, what's up? This is my
What
block.
up, though?
So that will happen. So you know you're in the right place. But I'm really looking forward to it. I ain't lying. See,
You ain't lying.
I ain't lying. You will see roosters. It's crazy.
Yo,
it's trip you out. Like, I'm a city boy.
I want to
from
go
Philly,
just
so,
for the roosters now.
I don't be seeing,
dude.
You see
I don't be seeing
roosters and
live
chickens
roosters on
and
the street.
stuff.
Especially
down there by the pizza joint.
They want their pizza.
Crazy.
Yeah,
That's wild.
See, he said the rooster's going to have to enter the battle, huh?
Get him in there. Get the rooster in there, man.
Yeah, we need Terry Taylor,
Look,
Red Rooster.
I was about to say either Terry Taylor or you got to be careful because, bro, look what happened when Pete Rose tried the chicken suit, bro, and he got choke slammed. Right? I'm just saying, suits don't always work very well. So I'm just saying.
Did you bring up Pete Rose because of his Royal Rumble entrance?
I didn't, but now that I did, yes, I did.
I'm gonna go on record. I love Pete Rose, but that was horrible to me.
That's pretty.
Look, man. And I know I know it's Rumble season. We'll talk about that later, but I am not one for celebrities being in the Royal Rumble. I hate it.
Really?
I'll just say it right now.
I can agree. There's so many people that deserve spots. You don't necessarily need to throw nobody in there that really.
And it's for me, it's like I love watching like early '90s Royal Rumble so much. Like back in the '90s, like as a kid, it was like everybody that came out of the curtain, you're like, oh, dude, this guy's dope. Oh, dude, this guy's gonna kill it. This guy's gonna do something. Like Johnny Knoxville, bro. I'm sorry, mad respect. Do what you do on the big screen and everything, and I get the business side of it, but you just didn't need to do that. You know what I mean? Pete Rose just didn't need to do that. Drew Carey, entertaining, but you just didn't need to do that. So especially the Royal Rumble. So the Royal Rumble is something I hold near and dear to my heart. So
okay, can I play devil's advocate for like 2 minutes?
No.
Having been at WrestleMania last year with what happened with Johnny Knoxville, okay? Or not, that wasn't last year, 2 years ago. Sorry.
2 years ago.
What happened at in Dallas, okay? So here's my question. Would you not rather them do the Royal Rumble if you're that bummed by it? Wouldn't you rather them have just like a short entrance in the Royal Rumble versus kind of what we got when they did the match at WrestleMania? Although because I was a jackass kid, I was wildly entertained by it at the same time.
But the match was entertaining. I just don't think he needed the Royal Rumble match to get to that point.
You said he needed a Santino.
Yeah, you just didn't. You just didn't have to be in the Rumble. That's all.
Yeah, you don't have to waste the slot. It's a match where there's a certain number of slots, and there's guys and gals who don't get in. So it's like, Right.
But, I mean, we build stories for people to get into the Royal Rumble. Like my main goal is to get in. Look at what we're doing now. To end the story for Cody, I'm entering the Rumble. CM Punk, I'm entering the Rumble. It's a big deal to be in the Royal Rumble. So you can't just throw Johnny Knoxville. That's just me. I don't know.
Right.
No, I get it.
If you're gonna throw anybody in there, it got to be Jim Carrey.
Okay, all right, okay. Jim Carrey.
He's just going to be too busy looking for
I'll
Trish
make an
again.
exception for Jim Carrey.
The comedy.
Right. It's got to be it's going to be somebody that's not a wrestler. Then yes, I want to see.
I need Fire Marshal Bill. Thanks. Thanks.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
There
what I
we go.
need.
He just blows up the whole ring. The whole ring just
Right.
explodes.
Yes. Oh,
I'm
man.
with it.
All right. Well, since we're talking about the Royal Rumble, like I said, we had a hell of a conversation the last time you were on, Swole, just talking about wrestling. So with that said, like J-Bone said, we've got quite the situation headed into Royal Rumble now with CM Punk and Cody Rhodes coming back. So with that said, if you had to choose, who do you want to win the Royal Rumble,
Cody,
and how you feeling about what we're seeing there? Oh, shit. That was easy.
The Kane.
Cody the Kang.
Cody the Kane. Now, mind you, they were both former co-workers of mine, but Cody and him, man.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think Cody's got to win because, see, here's my thing. I was there, ring the bell, since I got shout out to WWE for bringing us in for the press conference. It was crazy. Like, they pulled us out like right before Punk came back because I don't think anybody really knew he was coming. Like, the PR people didn't know either because they literally felt bad because we were in the room before he came out. And it was loud enough that I could literally hear it and feel it through 3 sets of walls. We were in the press conference room and I could still hear it through the walls once we had went in there. And so that was pretty gnarly to be at. But here's my thing. I get what everybody's saying with CM Punk coming back and everything that they built with Seth. But my thing is this. You've got them on the same show. There's still other ways that you can get to CM Punk versus Seth. Cody, on the other hand, man, if he don't get Roman at this point, man.
Hello.
I just
right.
Don't
I mean, if
happen
we
now,
don't, we've been doing this all for nothing, right? I mean, we got to get somewhere with it.
He's got to finish the damn
It's
story.
the only answer.
Right.
It's the only answer.
Finish the story so
Yeah, finish the
Roman
story.
can go do a movie or something.
Yeah, and he will. He will.
I think I read somebody was doing the math and they were like, I think they really want to get Hogan out the record books. And so if they want to do that, he has to keep the belt till like September. So unfortunately, that's a long time from now.
Hold on a minute. Don't even start putting that shit in the air.
So that would be like a whole nother year. We gotta have a whole nother
That's a
year.
long time. And so
because at this point, it's not like you can just lose it on like a random night. You know what I mean? Like if Roman's going to lose, it's got to be a big deal.
So if it's not Mania, then it's got to be SummerSlam, but it's going to be after that. So the only thing after that is the Bash at Berlin that they're doing. They're doing Germany this year. And guess who else might be undefeated by that time? Gunther. So that's a perfect time to do, streak versus whatever, and do a big moment there, and then you can have Cody get his moment after that or something. But I don't know. I think he has to hold it. I think that's the plan. I don't know. I don't want to see it,
bro.
I think that's the plan.
It's too much.
That is too much. It is.
This too much. Just kick.
If Cody don't win it at this point, you done screwed this man at this point, because if he don't get him at this WrestleMania, like you said, if it ain't now, I just don't understand how you can still keep him hot and have him win the title again. Like, I mean,
right.
Listen,
it's got to be Cody.
Think about last year going into the Rumble, how red hot the Bloodline story was. Remember when Sammy turned on Roman at the end of the Rumble, how much of a big deal that was, and how we're just all in. Look at us now, almost a year later. It's like, okay, we're done with it. Like let's go to the next chapter. Like that's how fast things can change, in regards to stories. But it's all about how you build it, right? It's how we're gonna get there. And honestly, I'm expecting another swerve in the Cody story. I think he might get screwed out of the Rumble, find his way back somewhere, maybe Elimination Chamber, to get back to Roman. Maybe he's got to win that.
I can see that. I think that's
they're
why
like, everybody's
I could
expecting
totally
this, so let's do this. You know what I mean? You never know.
Yeah.
Especially in Triple H's WWE. You really never know.
You never know.
And that's the
I was going to say, That's the best part right now, though, is at least we're at a point where you genuinely don't know for a change. Like, I feel like we're going into a Royal Rumble where, for the first time in a long time, you're genuinely, at least for me, I'm genuinely enjoying the fact that we can go into it, and I'm like, yo, I don't know who's going to win. I genuinely think that this is just going to be a damn good time, and I want to sit there and watch the wrestling show and see what's going to happen. And not that shouldn't be the mindset at every show, but so often, a lot of times, especially if you're a diehard, you're automatically thinking, well, oh, so-and-so is going to win, and then it's going to be so-and-so at Mania or whatever. Yes. The fact that we're genuinely back at a point where you can look at it and be like, yo, I don't know if it's going to be Cody. I don't know if it's going to be CM Punk. Who knows? Maybe it's going to fuck around and be Drew for some reason. Who knows? But
I never know.
You know what I mean? Like, that's what's cool to me. And my only thing is, here's a question for you, Swole. Do you think are you a what up though? What up, buddy? But are you a big fan of like the surprise returns and stuff? Do you feel like for a Rumble to really deliver, it has to have a few surprises?
I'm here for the surprises. I am here to light it up, light up the night. All right, this is what I'm here for. I'm here to see who's coming. All right, I know all those other people. I can see them on any given day of wrestling, and that's great. But I'm trying to see who's got it, who coming back, what they wearing, how good they look. I'm trying to see Maurice.
Oh, she's putting it in the ether. Maurice come back for the Royal Rumble.
Maurice. I'm trying to Pourquoi? Like,
she's got the hands going and everything. She's ready.
Yep.
I'm ready.
I think that's, to me, the women's Rumble has always kind of been like recently been doing better at that, like with the crazy surprises. Like you could literally get anybody in a women's Rumble, like
because it's still so new. You could pull new people every year. Still,
it's new folks. You got Hall of Famers that come back. You got
I'm still
Mickey came
Mickey
as
James.
the Impact. Right.
That was pretty dope.
Impact Knockouts champ, like that was insane. So now you know anything can happen.
And an added dynamic too. But now with like Impact did last year, you never know now. Like these things are possible. The Royal Rumble is literally unpredictable. That's when it's at its best. And it's like we can build moments there. You know what I mean? Like Kyle, we talk about all the time the moments within the Rumble. Maybe not the winners, but the spots inside the Rumble. That's what matters. You know what I mean? Who's gonna get like last year? Gunther came out there, had a hell of a Rumble, one of the most memorable performances in the Royal Rumble. And I hope he does it again this year, actually, because I got a little fantasy booking I want for him in the Rumble this year.
I heard him say he wants to fight Brock Lesnar right now.
That's what I want. I want him to go, bro. I want him to go in there and just clean house in the Rumble. And then Brock's music hits, they come standing face to face. You ain't tell me that ain't gonna get a huge pop.
Hey,
right there.
I'm with that 100%
right there. That will be a Royal Rumble. It could be the Royal Rumble moment. You never know. We'll see what happens.
Gunther versus Brock, take my money. I'm with it. I asked the best question to Gunther in the press conference too, by the way. But yeah, I definitely think Gunther's on his way up to the world title. I definitely see John checking in from Minnesota. I definitely think that Mania and the Rumble this year, like I said, it's getting hotter and hotter. It's the hottest wrestling's been in quite a while. And like he said, Gunther versus Brock is money. Take my money. I'm with it. I would like to see those. And I just want to know what's the over-under if somebody's going to lose a nipple in this match.
Big chops, big punches. Like I said, reinforce the damn ring because that one is going to be a lot of impact. A lot.
That's two big ass dudes.
Not loose nipples.
Jeez, I don't want to see that.
Nah, man. I swear, ever since the first time I ever saw who was Walter in another life, I swear to God, man, I've never seen somebody chop somebody so hard in my life. So I don't envy anybody that's inside that ring with Gunther now as well. Wow, Lions Den match. Wow, I would not be mad at that though. That actually would be pretty damn cool.
That would be pretty cool.
A Lions Den match. I don't know how that would look optically as far as like at WrestleMania and all, but as far as like the match itself, I feel like that would be pretty dope.
Yeah. Right. Don't be scared.
I would love to see it.
That would be super dope. All right. Well, Swole, I wanted to talk to you about this because Rand is somebody who's close to you as well. And the last time that we were on the show, we were both talking about our struggles with Crohn's and things. As we found out this past week on AEW, we found out that another one in the wrestling community, Kenny Omega, is dealing with diverticulitis along the same lines. Not the same disease as what you and I have. But what are your thoughts on Kenny coming down with diverticulitis? And I know I already told Rand I plan to type something out to send to him as well, because I know when I found out, and like we talked about when you found out, nobody really knew what it is. I'm just glad that at least he's finding it in a time where there's a lot more information on it.
Right. I'm just glad that he caught it when he did, because it's very similar to like I caught it and went to the hospital, and then boop, they're like, "Hey, you got 30 minutes to live." What is happening? I'm just happy that he was obedient to his doctors, obedient to himself for actually wanting to get checked out, for actually saying there's a problem. And I'm looking forward to his recovery. Like having gut issues, I wouldn't wish that on anybody because, like you said, that's their second brain. The gut just handles almost everything as far as the body. If there's something wrong with your gut, then everything could be thrown out of whack. So while he's in this process of like, I guess, slowing things down and going inward, I just hope and pray for his mentality and hope he keeps his spirits up and his attitude up and just take this for what it is, not like a stumble back, but just a step forward to regroup and just, come back even better, come back as Mr. Clean. I don't know, something.
Come back as Mr. Clean. Rand, do you got any thoughts on that? I know you and Kenny are homies, and like we were just talking about, that's something crazy to talk about, and it's crazy to think he was wrestling with that for a while, before he finally realized, like, oh boy, this is what it is, and I got to get this taken care of. I mean, do you got any thoughts on that one?
Yeah, man, my heart goes out. I've sent him some messages of encouragement, and he's been taking it day by day, and I'm very, very glad, like everybody said, that you catch it early and you listen. When somebody tells you slow down, sit down, you do that. Because the difference could be. Ain't that right? Okay, so yeah, that is it. He's very excited about that.
Like, pay attention to me, man.
That's awesome. Watch out, next MC coming through. That's awesome. But yeah, man, shout out to Kenny, man. Hopefully they can get this under control quicker, like I say, with the medication that we've got out and all these things and the resources that are around to him. Hopefully they can get this taken care of. We'll see him back around, but obviously his health is what's going to be first and foremost on this one, man. With that said, I mean, I feel like we have covered the gamut, but before we go over to our chat with AJ Francis, we have one question, so I'll throw this around to everybody in here and we'll flip it over to the chat with AJ. So with all the news, all these names that are available now that AJ and others are all available, any dream match scenarios anybody would like to see one Mustafa Ali in? J-Bone, you got anything?
Oh man, hold on, give me a second, dude. You kind of just throwing one at me there.
I have mine.
Okay, so who you got?
Yeah, so Mustafa Ali versus Kevin Knight.
Okay.
That's who I would like to see.
That's not a bad pick at all. Not a bad pick at all. And I'm not mad at the one that they've already announced. Did you hear they already got him and Trey Miguel? They're gonna rip the fucking roof off the place in that one. You got anybody you think would be a good matchup for Mr. Ali, Rand?
Man, I just thought instantly it just hit my head is John Gresham. I think I would love to see that. They'd tear it up.
Technical.
Yeah, man. It's really almost nobody he can't go with, but like, man, I'd like to see him just let go, let loose. You know what I mean? Like where you don't have to do a 7-minute match. You can just get out there and just go. And I think him and Gresham could like kill. If they like 25, 30 minutes, that would be like it would be a dream for me.
You know,
So,
I got a match that comes to mind for me because I seen it when the Evolve days were still around. I would like to see one Mustafa Ali versus Swerve because he's already been announced for Defy. We already know that Swerve still frequents Defy and all that stuff. I feel like with the momentum that Swerve's on, and like you said, Rand, with Ali being able to totally, let loose, I feel like that match has got money on it. There's a lot of good matches to behold. Something tells me we'll be finding out a little bit more about the other guest of tonight real soon if you're paying attention. But with that said, I got to throw this to you, Rand. Before we let everybody know about this chat with AJ Francis, what do they got to expect? Did you enjoy it earlier today?
oh man, we had a great chat. So I'm glad you guys get to see it. AJ's in a great place, like mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and so and overall, like he's just a good guy with good vibes and good intentions. I mean, and you're gonna learn a lot. I think the internet has one opinion, and then we were just talking about how like fans on the internet will be like so smart, but then like don't do any research at the same exact time. So it'll be like, man, I know everything except that you don't know anything. So so it's great to hear from people, and see what their mentality is. And like he's in great spirits, and he's really excited about coming back. He's excited about working. He's excited about wrestling. He's excited about the Battle Rumble. So, and I think there's only a few people in wrestling that love wrestling and hip hop like as much as like I feel I do, and AJ is one of those guys, and that he lives and breathes the culture in a lot of ways. So, so yeah, this talk you're gonna learn a lot. I think you are. Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head with learning a lot. Definitely think a lot of people who think they knew things like the botch that everybody wants to talk about when he went over the top rope. He talks about that in depth and how that saved his life. Talks about loyalty in wrestling and all kinds of things. We'll get to that as well. Big Swole, before we get out of here, do you got anything else you would like to tell the people and where they can find you and all those good things?
Man, you can find me on Twitter at Swole World. You can find me on Instagram at The Big Swole and TikTok on Swole World. That's where you can find me. I be anywhere and everywhere that I choose to be, but especially you're going to find me in Tampa, in Ybor, January 26th at the Battle Rumble. It's going to be live. And, we didn't even mention that one of the best battle rappers out there, DNA, is going to be in the building. Please, big ups, OG. He's a legend in this game, and I'm giving him his flowers today and now and forever. Like, dude has it.
And also, he loves wrestling just as much as the rest of us. So he'll come with the wrestling bars in a minute. He put together an event called Halloween Havoc, and he made all the rappers come with wrestling bars, and they all came through and killed it. So shout out to DNA. Him, AJ, and Swole were literally the first 3 people that I involved in this whole thing. So it's dope to hear that. And so yeah, it's gonna be special. So get them tickets right now. Crowbar Ybor, I think it's crowbarybor.com, something like that. Or on my site, megrain.com. And we'll see you there.
Get you some tickets. Until next time, and in between time, enjoy this chat. Peace. Boom, boom, boom.
All 2024, we outside, man. We got, it's this the 21st of December right now, currently. But and this you're gonna show this today, right? Or
yes, sir.
So I'm doing movements. I'm in New York City right now. I got some things planned, some meetings, some important things to do. You know what I'm saying? So this is my song just dropped. So we got some things to do.
I see that. And we got the return of the homie, Megaran, man. It's time for January, bro. I'm ready to be in Tampa and be outside for real.
That's I'm so glad it's in a warm weather place because I need it. I need that good weather around me. I was in New York last week. I got stuck actually. My flight didn't take off and I was just frozen out there. But
it's cold out here right now.
It's cold, yeah. I'm looking forward to some good weather for sure. and
you
some
can tell
good
actually
rap.
if you look around the board, he's the only one with like a tropical style shirt on. He's living warm right now. Look at.
I can't wait to get back
Oh.
to Florida tomorrow. Can't lie to you.
Yo, for real.
Well, man, before we get into what we're getting into in Tampa, give us a little brief overview. How did the Battle Rumble come to be, and how did you come to picking Mr. AJ Francis like we was just talking about for said event?
Man, it just, you know how the universe just works. People just like, things just start happening. The moment I started talking about it, I hit up AJ. Like, he's probably the first person I hit up. I was like, how many people encapsulate and embody hip hop and wrestling like AJ? So as I started talking to him, he's like, man, I'm already talking about doing something. Like, this is crazy. You got to talk to DNA. You got to talk to this person, that person. So like instantly the wheels was turning. Like, I can already tell. I was like, just from that quick interaction with AJ, I was like, he's a doer. He's not one of them cats that's just like, oh, you know, I'll see what I can do. You know what I mean? He's like, no, this is what you got to do. This is about to happen over here. Let's put this together. Clack, clack. So he starts like connecting the pieces of all these like dope cats. And I'm like, beautiful. I love it. I love it when playing comes together.
It's crazy because like so I did the Halloween Havoc event with DNA and Charlie Clips and you know Tay Rock was there and Chess was there, Osiris, a bunch of really dope battle rappers were there, you know what I'm saying? Danny Myers was there, the OG. Like it was a bunch of really dope battle rappers there, and it was all wrestling themed. And he just did it over like before Halloween. And then me and him, DNA, started talking about he wanted to do another event. He wanted to do it in Tampa though, for you know Royal Rumble weekend. And then he was trying to use that to set up another event, WrestleMania weekend in Philly. You know what I'm saying? So like, I was like, all right, cool. You know, let me think about you know what other you know rappers in the wrestling space you know might be involved with stuff like this. And yeah, I hit up Mega, and Mega was like, I already got a venue for on this date in Tampa. Da, da, da. And I was like, all right, well, that settles that. Let's rock. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, it all came together pretty cool.
Sounds like it, man. And it's funny you say that because that's how me and this cat linked up in the first place. It's just one of those things. I was there at the MSG show for the G1 Supercard and all that, and then fast forward to StarCast weekend in Chicago, and then we end up linking up outside of ODB's meat truck, and I end up flying out to LA for GCW, and then fast forward now we've been to what 5-6 WrestleManias at this point.
Yeah,
I had to show you the city out here in the D. And, you know, we were talking about this before you hopped in, AJ. I had to wear this shirt because the last time you and I saw each other, you and past guest of the show, Shane Taylor, were going at it WrestleMania weekend as well, man. So, like I say, it's funny just how all those things work because I remember Lincoln, the first time I met you was WrestleMania 35 weekend, the WrestleMania crawl. So it's crazy how everything just connects the dots in the wrestling world. It's big, but it's small at the same time.
And it's crazy because, like, you know, first of all, Shane was talking trash because STP won that tag match. We had that match at GCW in 2022 in Texas. But he ain't picked me, and he know he can't. Let's talk about it. So we're gonna leave that first. We're gonna say that first.
Oh,
shots fired.
Yeah, we need some good shot.
And O'Shea, that goes for you too. And Rev Ron. All of y'all. None of y'all can see me with the ones. Let's call it like it is. But yeah, that WrestleMania crawl in New York was cool, man. I was out there with my SCW title belt, I had my Ric Flair jacket on. We was going crazy. I was actually at the New Japan like pregame show with Jimmy's Famous Seafood that day too, so it was a good time.
Yes. That was a wild week.
No, you good, man.
That was a wild week, man. I man, for me going to, I think I told that story, but I was on tour in the UK, and ROH hits me up like, hey, can you write a song about us going back to MSG, going to the Garden? I was like, oh, sure, I'll write a song. And they were like, you want to perform it in the Garden? And I was like, yeah, absolutely. So I flew from the UK.
Somebody asked you a question like that, you're like, which Garden? Because like,
yeah, like
if you're asking me
my
about the
gun
Madison Square
in the
Garden,
back.
why you even asking?
He's like,
Right.
you ain't even gotta ask me. I was like, but and my manager's like, but you gotta fly from London. I was like, so it's the Garden. Like, I'm doing it. So yeah, man, that was a good time. And then me and Bully had a little run in, and then so then to go from that to the Mania week, the Mania crawl, like there was just so much dope stuff that happened, the energy, and then Wally Mania, which set it off, and that kind of leads me back to the Battle Rumble. It's like I always say, like Wally Mania is the big homie. You know, shout out to Wale. He's always showed a lot of love, and I'm always about combining cultures. So like for me, combining video game cultures with hip hop, combining wrestling with hip hop, and just putting it all together. So that's what this show is going to be about. We got battle rappers, we got wrestler rappers, we got performers, we got beat makers, we got even gamers that's going to come together. So it's just going to be a really good time, good vibes at the Crowbar in Tampa on the 26th. So get them tickets if you ain't got them yet.
Well, AJ, take me, you know, a lot of people at this point know you from the run with WWE and wrestling and all those things. And that's what most people who are watching this watch us for, is wrestling and all those things. But since we're talking about hip hop, since we're talking about the music and all those things, take everybody through a little bit where the music side of AJ Francis comes from, like how long you've been doing it and all that kind of stuff, because we obviously got to see a lot of those things when you were doing your thing with Hit Row and just what you post on social media and all those things. But I feel like a lot of wrestling fans don't know how deep that really goes.
It's funny you say that, because I played 6 years in the NFL. I was in WWE for 3 years. And I started rapping before I ever started playing football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started rapping when I was 12 years old. I wrote a verse to Special Delivery by G Dep. Real ones know.
Oh,
Yeah, that beat is hard.
Crazy.
That beat's hard.
You know what I'm saying? I remember, but I only remember the first two lines. These are my first bars I ever wrote. They were still tough. I said, I got cream like cereal. I get honey like Cheerios. And if you didn't know, now you know. They come whenever the wind blows. I spit it out. Special delivery. I'll never forget. I'm 12 years old. I wrote that, right?
Yeah, that's kind of hard. I can't front.
At 12, I was in fact not getting cream or honeys.
Right. We didn't even know.
That's the fun
we
part
didn't
of
know
it.
what we're talking about, right? When it comes
That's the fun.
but,
12 years old. Yeah,
but you know, I that was before I ever even played football. You know what I'm saying? So like, that was before I played football. That was before obviously I didn't even start wrestling until after my football career ended in 2018. I started wrestling in late 2018. October 2018 was my first match, and like it was like hip hop has always been a part of me, and not just hip hop, just music in general, but hip hop for sure. Like growing up, you know, my dad, I don't know what y'all parents listen to, but my dad listened to Biggie and Jay and, you know, EPMD, you know what I'm saying, like Public Enemy, and you know what I'm saying, like he listened to, he would even like throw on like the old Will Smith that he grew up listening to, and LL Cool J, and like, you know what I'm saying, the Fugees, you know what I'm saying, like my father was really heavy into hip hop, and it really like molded me. It made me a hip hop head. First album I ever bought was actually the Slim Shady LP by Eminem, obviously.
Hell yeah! Shout out to Detroit.
Rock.
Yeah, shout out to D. You know what I'm saying? It was the first album I ever bought. So like with my own money, like that was back when people actually bought albums. So like it was crazy. Like I've been a hip hop head forever. That's why like Hit Row was so important to me, because like it was a perfect blend of the things that I love, and also it was like a real representation of hip hop. Because like, I mean, no shade, I'm just being real. Like John Cena, the Dr. Thugonomics, like that, like he's a good rapper, but like he's playing a caricature of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not really, you know what I'm saying? Like that's what it is. Like even like, you know, like once again, I ain't got no beef with Max, you know, or Bowens, but like that's a caricature of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That's a caricature of hip hop. That's not, you know, real hip hop.
I wanted to. That's a good point. I'm flipping to ask you a question, but I would always want to know how you felt about how hip hop had been represented in wrestling. you know, and it's been a part of a character. It's been like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this on, you know what I
Yeah.
mean, to go on stage.
It's always been a
rather
gimmick
than
and
a
not
person who
yeah.
lives it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I was lucky enough to be a part of the rap battle with Wale, New Day, Usos.
Yeah.
And I remember being like, this I don't think this is gonna work out. Like, I don't know. Like, y'all
It's
can't.
not because you thought of it like a hip hop head. You thought of it about someone
Yes.
who actually understands hip hop and
Exactly.
appreciates the art that is hip hop.
Yes.
That's not
And
what wrestling fans like.
no, not at all. And so when they brought me in, they were like, that's kind of why we wanted you involved, like somebody who understands the culture. So because like I remember Woods telling me, like, we don't want this to be corny, bro. Like, we want this to feel fun, of course, but not like we're putting on a costume. You know what I'm saying? So like,
And like you have people like R-Truth. R-Truth is absolutely a great hip hop artist. Like, and he's not a caricature, but when he goes out there and he does what's up, like he's feeding into what he knows that audience can appreciate. Because if you listen to his actual music, it's nothing like that.
Yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He's like, and Truth was the first one to tell me, like, yeah, like I do what's up, but like when it comes to my hip hop stuff, I don't get involved with WWE at all because I want it to be authentically, organically me and real.
Yeah. Oh, that's real. I feel that.
Well, since we're talking about that, man, we got to talk about the new John. We outside, man. So tell me about that. How that came to be. I just saw you perform it with a past guest of this show, Dave LaGreca, and then on Busted Open yesterday. So tell me what the response has been. Tell me the inspiration behind it, because it goes hard, bro.
Yeah, man. You know, the response has been crazy because everybody that hears it the first time they hear it, they're like, yo, this is hard. I'm like, appreciate you, man. Like, really what happened is like, you know, I have a special relationship with DJ Whoo Kidd, which, you know, is crazy to say out loud as a kid who grew up in the G era, you know what I'm saying? But like, you know, I do a lot of shows with him and show up to his events, and like, you know, we go party in LA, we party in Miami, we go have a good time. He does a lot of events. I did an event with him in Art Basel with Snoop Dogg. We were together with Coily Ray. We were there with Fat Joe. We were like, there's no limit to the people that Whoo Kidd can put you in the room with. You know, I was kicking it with him and you know, Mike Tyson, like, you know what I'm saying, like, and so last year WrestleMania we did. They had Hit Row do his radio show to promote it because he does a show in LA. And we went on there, and I was like, if I'm going on with Whoo Kidd, I'm gonna spit bars. Like how many opportunities do you get like that in front of somebody of that caliber in hip hop? And you know, I'm a spitter. I really be flowing like a motherfucker. So my bars will never be slept on by anyone that actually listens and knows what they're looking for, right? If John Cena was the first person to introduce you to rap, you probably don't like my lyrics. You know what I'm saying? but like, if you happen to listen to rap before, you know, the Ruthless Aggression era, then you probably fuck with me heavy. So you know, I went on and did his show, and he put the beat on, and I flowed, and I killed it. Like after the show, like we're taking pictures, and he like has his arm around me for the picture, and he leans in, and he's like, "I'm gonna send you some beats." And I'm like, "All right, cool." You know what I'm saying?
Like, word.
Sounds good, right? So like, you know, and not to name names, but he's done this with other rappers in wrestling, and he sent them a pack of beats, and they sent him back jack shit because they're not real rappers. You know what I'm saying? They're gimmick performers, right? So, and this is from his mouth, not mine. So, you know, he sends me a beat pack with like 6 beats in it, right? And then he goes off and does Rolling Loud Thailand, and he comes back. He comes back like 2 weeks later, and when he gets back, he's like, "Yo, what's up, man? I'm back. You do anything on them beats?" And I sent him back 5 songs. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type dude to waste an opportunity like DJ Whoo Kidd trying to put you on. You know what I'm saying? Like, these other dudes might waste those ops, not me. So, like, and not only did I send him the songs, but he like immediately I sent him the songs, and then like 30 minutes later he FaceTimed me and was like, "Yo, I've been listening to these songs on repeat. Yo, these are crazy. Like, you're dope. And one of the songs on there was We Outside.
Hey.
Like, and I didn't even have the feature for my boy 30 Black yet. It was just hook, verse, hook. And he was like, yo, I can't stop listening to this. This is crazy. He was like, you know, I'm a DJ, so I'm gonna play whatever people want to hear, you know, at the party that I know to turn the party up. He was like, but I would play this like if I didn't know you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, da-da-da. So off that, you know, now I always believed in myself, but off that alone, I got a crazy boost of confidence. I'm like, Whoo Kidd says I'm the man, I'm the man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? So then I'm like, all right, well, and like I said, I got 4 other songs too that just haven't seen the light of day yet. They will. They'll be on my album that I got coming probably later this year. But like, you know, I sent him, I sent the beat to 3-0. And he even said 30 Black, for those that don't know, he made the song All Talk, you know, millions and millions and millions of streams on that jump. It went super viral on TikTok and everything because of the part where they put it over Fortnite clips and Call of Duty clips and all these other jumps, right? Right. And you know, he's my homeboy though. Like, I knew him for a while. Like, he's on my FIFA team. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go back. So I sent it to him. And he says it. He says in the song, he said, "My brother just called me. Said he need a verse. Just send me the song. Ain't no need to rehearse. We locked in for life, like till we covered in dirt. We locked in for life till we inside a hearse." Like, that's part of his verse in the song. Cause I sent it to him, and he sent it back like probably like 45 minutes later. Like, the verse was, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's my dog. So then after that, I was like, I put that on there, sent that to Whoo Kidd. He was like, "Yo, you gotta get this master." And what it's crazy is, like, I do my mixing and mastering. Like, there's a couple things I don't do, like with Melodyne and stuff like that, that I sent off to John Sparks, who's a dope engineer.
Shout out to Sparks.
Yeah, shout out Sparks. But like, for the most part, I be mixing and mastering my own stuff. So like, he was like, "Yo, who mixed this?" And I was like, "Me." He was like, "What?" Whoo Kidd was like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, man, I be mixing, you know, all my stuff." You know what I'm saying? And so I sent him that. And like, the producer's name is Slushy. It's funny because like he's more famous for like being an EDM DJ. You know what I'm saying? But he was in the hip hop space for a long time. So that was like a beat, like it was one of his old beats. You know what I'm saying? Like when he sent it to me, he was like, "Man, I'm gonna have to clear this sample." And I was like, "All right, cool, what we gotta do?" So then he went back in the session and realized it's not a sample. He did the piano on the jump. You know what I'm saying? But it was so long ago, he just forgot that he did the piano. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
It's crazy. You know how it is with producers. They be having heat, like tucked away. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just all came together real cool. And it really all came from, you know, Whoo Kidd give me a chance and me not wasting it.
Hey man, that's something to be said about chances make champions, man. But you know, before we get up out of here, bro, I gotta ask you some wrestling stuff, man, because we do wrestling, MMA, all that good stuff. And one thing I wanted to talk to you about off rip, because we're gonna have, like, as we're watching this, you guys know Big Swole was on with us as well. You know, last time we had her on, we were talking about how both of us have Crohn's disease and all those things. I saw a tweet that you put out a few days ago talking about how the thing that everybody wanted to castrate you for and what they called the BOTCH, how that actually saved your life.
Sure did.
Talk to me about that, man, because that was cool to see and for you to kind of put people on notice.
Yeah, it was crazy because, like, you know, if you watch the video, it's clear that I go to jump and I don't get off the ground at all. It's not like I jumped and caught I just don't even get any lift at all. Which, if you watch any of my other videos of me jumping, like, I'm one of the most athletic big men in the history of the world. Earlier, like 2 months earlier on SmackDown, I did my elbow drop where I do like this and I jump. And when I jump, my feet are above the ref's head. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I kick up, like, I got bounce. I always have. Like, it's verifiable via stats on the internet thanks to the NFL Combine, right? So, like, this isn't like a make-believe thing. Like, I literally lost feeling in my legs, my feet, my toes, like, all the way up to, like, my calves. Like, I started, the muscle in my calves started to deteriorate. But at the time, I was trying to lose weight. Like I was actively trying to lose weight. So I was eating healthier. I was drinking a lot of water. I was doing the things that I needed to do to try to lose weight. So when I was losing weight, I just assumed it was because I was doing the right things, not because diabetes was kicking my ass, right? So like I lost a whole bunch of weight, and it wasn't until after the botch, I was like, man, I got to get my legs back stronger. Like even still then, I'm like, I got to get my legs back stronger, man. Like I used to be able to jump out the gym, and now I can't even get off the ground. Like what the fuck is going on, right? So I start working extra hard on my legs, and I'm still not be able to put weight on and shit. I'm still not able to lift what I think I should be able to. And I'm like, you know what? Let me go get, and here's a dirty little secret about wrestling. A lot of people are on TRT, testosterone replacement, right? So like, you know, it's legal, you know. So you just need a doctor's note, just like medical marijuana, right? You know, it's one of those kind of, oh, this is what you need, huh? Are you experiencing these symptoms? Right? So it's one of those. So I was like, all right, let me go, you know, if I can't put weight back on, you know, let me go get on this TRT and I'll get, you know, what muscle and weight back on and I'll be good. But to get clear for that, you got to get a blood test from an endocrinologist. And when my blood test came back, my doctor said, where are you at? I said, I'm at home. He said, come to my office right now. I was like,
well, you never want to hear that from a doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, you never want to hear that.
He said, come to my office right now.
Right now. Oof.
And I was like, what? He was like, can somebody else drive you? And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, is there anybody else, or do you think you can get there yourself? And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm shook at this point. But the reason he said that is because my blood sugar from the day before when he took my blood test my blood sugar was 626, which means like at any moment I could have passed out and went into a diabetic coma. Like the thing is like once you get over 300, you know, you're in risk of passing out in a diabetic coma. So like some people will get as high as 800-900 before they pass out. You know, it all depends on your body. So like he's like, that's why he's like, can somebody else drive you? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, my homeboy's here, my homeboy Lewis that lives with me. So we went back to the doctor's office, and he immediately was like, take this, take this, take this. He already had some. He's like, I'm gonna give you. He's like, you got to take this. This twice a day with meals. You got to take this twice a day with meals. You got to take this twice a day. 30 minutes before you eat, you got to take this. Before you go to bed every night. I was like, what the fuck? Like overnight, everything, like how I have to handle everything that I do change. Like, I mean, I did drink soda. I feel like everybody for the most part drinks soda. But like now, if there's like if it's not sugar free, I can't have it. Same thing with like tea or lemonade. Like I just don't. I leave it alone because like I could have it and it would spike my sugar and I wouldn't be the worst thing to happen because I am medicated, but I'm actively trying to take better care of myself. You know what I'm saying? And I've been doing that now for like 10 months, almost 11 months, and I feel great. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm back to professional athlete level fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it was all because I wanted to get TRT. Like literally, I was like, man, like something's wrong, man. I got to get my legs stronger, man. Like something is wrong with my legs. Like something is wrong. I don't know what it is, but something is not right. And, you know, it was that blood test that ended up changing my life for the better. And now it's funny because like people are like, do the dive at your next show. And I'm like, no. The way the dive is now in the lore of my career is like, if I ever do the dive again, it won't be until WrestleMania. Like I gotta be back at
it's like a big deal now.
Yeah, like I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like to the point now where like if I do it again, it would have to be at WrestleMania. Like,
all right, good. You're good.
Yeah, man. It's something. Your health is so important because I had a similar situation. I was just, you know, it took me a while to get to the doctor, and I remember maybe I wasn't even feeling anything. It didn't like affect me in that way, but like when I finally did, I think I had a headache or something, and the doctor was like, "Yo, your blood sugar is up here." And at some point this would have got to you. You know what I'm saying? So you got here right on time, got me on some meds. I can say thankfully I'm off those meds now, but like it just was like, yo, you got to make a change. And so it's that. And so I love that you said that, like the botch like saved your life, because sometimes it takes a moment, it takes a traumatic situation to make you refocus, you know what I'm saying? And if it weren't something that was that, you know, maybe I would say traumatic, even maybe for some people, like then, you know, you might not have ever, or maybe took a long time to maybe get that actually treated. So,
And one thing that helped me out a lot is not even just health wise. It helped me see, you know, it helped me see a lot of snakes too. Like people who
smile in your face but talk trash in behind you.
Wrestling people, you know, anybody, like front office people, fucking like people that were fans, right? Like would like took it as like they would say things like, oh, you know, you can't move or you can't jump or you can't things. I'm sitting there like, motherfucker, you couldn't even play JV football.
People
you know what I'm saying?
It's like
I played 6 years in the NFL. You think I just magically became not an athlete overnight, or was there an actual health thing? And you know what I'm saying? And like that's one of the reasons I also didn't talk about it for a long time, because I could have been like, I figured this out in February. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it was like when I found out, it was like late January. You know what I'm saying? When I really realized what was going on, and I finally started medicating, and then I actually started feeling better around like March, April, around like actually WrestleMania time, when I started to feel better. And then since then, I've been able to build back up to like I'm back to 330 pounds, and I look better than I did when I was 280 pounds. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like it took a long time, and I had a lot of nerve damage. Like I still like the tips of my toes a little bit. Still, every once in a while, like they go a little numb. But like that feeling used to go all the way up to my knees. You know what I'm saying? So like that was scary. You know what I'm saying? But like,
not to mention blood clots.
Yeah, I mean anything. And like, so like, you know, these people who took all that time to like try to run my name through the dirt, say I wasn't an athlete, all these different things. And then now I'm like, oh, actually, this is what happened. And then now it's, oh my God, I can't believe it. You're such a warrior. Da, da, da. And I'm like, nah, bro. Keep the same energy.
We were just talking about that, man. Like it's
Keep the
toxic.
same energy you had before. And that's the even crazier part. Even this blew up. It got like 2 million views on Twitter alone, me talking about having diabetes. That wasn't the first time I talked about having diabetes.
How about that?
Like I mentioned it before on Twitter multiple times, but for some reason it just, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I think that's because people don't, when it comes to health stuff. I mean, I talk about this all the time with Crohn's, because Crohn's is something you can't see. Like we just heard about all what happened with Kenny Omega having diverticulitis and stuff. Stomach stuff is stuff you can't see, the same way diabetes is something that you can't see. And I feel like the reason why that happens is because I've had Crohn's since I was 13 years old, but I had surgery when I was 21. And then all of a sudden everybody's like, oh shit, you had Crohn's, because it almost killed me.
Yeah.
You have diabetes. You've talked about that. You've said that you have health issues. Let's be honest. In most situations, it seems like most people don't give a shit. If it ain't got nothing to do with them, they don't give a shit until something like that happens. And you have to like tell people like, look, bro, that happened because I'm dealing with X, Y, and Z. And then they get to sit there and look like dumbasses because, oh, I talked all this shit and had no idea what you're talking about. Maybe that's because if you're anything like me, which it sounds like you are, I don't like to put all that shit on Front Street because it ain't nobody's business. I'm going to keep moving health stuff or not.
And that's what's funny to me is that like so many people knew. Like the Usos knew. Obviously Hit Row knew. Like AJ Styles knew. Rey Mysterio knew. Santos Escobar knew. Like so many different people knew what I was going through. But like, I just confided in them, talked to them. The Street Profits knew, like told them what was up. And like they was like happy for me to actually figure out what was going on and like ready for me to, because right now it's so funny that I got released in September because like when I got released, that was like the best I had felt in over a year. And like I was like at that point I was like, of all the times, like I'm good now. Okay, all right, cool. I'm cool. We're gonna make something out of this. We outside. We
outside.
We
That's it. Making the
outside.
most of your opportunities, like we said
Yeah.
earlier, man. The door's open now. Your health's better.
Yeah.
You know what you got to do now. So,
Yeah.
hey, more opportunities coming your way, I'm sure.
Facts.
Well, let me ask you about that. You bring that up, with you being released and now being ready to go and being able to do everything at full speed like you want to. I mean, tell me, what's the mindset going into 2024? Because like you said, Bree is still over there, in WWE, and you're out here on your own. Now it's just solo. There's no hit row. You guys aren't, you guys aren't like it's a perfect opportunity for you to really put people on notice of the type of athlete, like you said, that you are. And not to mention,
I've always been super real. When Hunter hit me up to come back to WWE last time, I said I wouldn't come back unless I was coming with Bree and Tony. Like that was that was straight up. I told him that. And the infamous meeting that people try to pretend makes me an asshole was when I told them that they shouldn't have fired B-Fab the first time, right? Which clearly I ended up being correct because they didn't fire her this time when they fired me, right? So clearly I knew what the fuck I was talking about, right? So, like, I have always stood up for my people, not just Hit Row, my community. I do my canned food drive. The Black community, I stand up for people that have to deal with the criminal justice system. When Sonya Deville was in trouble for having that gun in her car after what happened to her running her car, who was the first person to go on social media and be like, I'm glad she had that gun on her so that she could protect herself. I ain't getting no brownie points for that. You know what I'm saying? I did it because it was the right thing to do. Liv just got in trouble. Free Liv. I did that because it's the right thing to do. I always stand up for people. I always look out for people. I always do that. And now I get an opportunity to do that for myself. Like, people, I wasn't in Hit Row because I needed a group. I was in Hit Row because I created the idea of the record label wrestling faction. I did it before I got to WWE. I brought it to WWE with me before WWE was called The Row. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I've been doing that. I created that. You know what I'm saying? I know when we first got to NXT, they did their best to make it look like it was Swerve's idea. But, like, Swerve will tell you himself that I did that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I've been about creative, making things work. You know what I'm saying? But now it's just me. Now I don't got to worry about nobody else. Last time we got released, I only did like 5 indie dates. You want to know why? Not because I wasn't asked to do more than 5 indie dates. I was asked to do like 50. Only reason I didn't do them is because I told them straight up, if you want me, you got to bring Bree and Tahuti. And these wrestling promotions, especially independent promotions, when they're trying to bring one person, they're not trying to bring 3 people. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's 3 flights, that's 3 hotels, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're not trying to do that. But, like, I was still like, all right, well, then I'm not coming. And there was times where we did shows where I told them, look, if you pay them, I'll do it for free. Because I know I'm going to make money selling merch. But pay them. You know what I'm saying? I played in the NFL for 6 years. My master's degree is in international economics. I'm straight, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like even now wrestling, like I'm wrestling for rates for some shows that I could get way more somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? I'm turning down bigger money at a different show to work for my homeboy. You know what I'm saying? Like that, because I'm just a real dude. I'm not in this because I need the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm in this because I fucking love the rush of going through the curtain and wrestling a match. it's like the best drug ever, right? Like, and until you do it, you won't understand. You can. I thought I understood as a fan. You don't get it. You don't get it as a fan until you're inside that ring, man. And I'll tell you that. I went to 5 WrestleManias as a fan. I'm telling you, it's nothing like being in that ring. I played football in Jerryland in front of 80,000 people on Thursday Night Football against the Cowboys. It's nothing like being in that ring. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying?
Talk that talk. I'm getting goosebumps, bro.
It's nothing like being in that ring, bro. It's nothing like it.
I'm getting goosebumps. I was gonna ask, like, is let's say performing on a stage, like rhyming in front of a huge crowd and having them feeling the words is probably the closest I can even equate to it.
Yeah.
But even then, I don't think the rush
But
is the
even
same.
then, it's different because I've done that too. It's different because even if you're at a show that you sold out and everyone there knows your song, right? They're coming there to see you. They're listening to your music. They love your music. They fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and even like football, like you're either the home team or the away team. There's people that like you. There's people that don't like you. Like, but wrestling is different. You're controlling the crowd if you're good. Like you're telling, like people don't, you're telling them when to cheer. You're telling them when to boo. You're conditioning them to react how you want them to react. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. When it works well, bro, there's nothing like it. When I know in the middle of a match, like I worked a match, we did a match with the Street Profits, a dark match one time. And we're in the match and we caught a bunch of stuff in the back. But like as we're hearing the crowd, like Ed Dawkins, to his credit, he was like, "Yo, let's just go home now." I'm like, "Cool," you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because we already got him. There's no point of doing everything. Like we got him now. Let's do it, right? Yeah. And then lo and behold, oh my God, hot tag! The finish comes. They pop crazy, and we're just like, "Wow!" And I'm just like, "This is amazing." Like there's nothing. I'm looking up at Montez, give me that frog splash. I'm like, this is gonna hurt like shit. One thing about Tez is he'll tell you this himself. Tez is not going to cushion the blow. You're gonna have to catch him with all chest.
You're gonna take that. You're gonna take that.
You know what I'm saying?
He get up there too. He get way up there.
He gets so high, yo.
He gets more air than anybody else. He's taking the frog splash throne for sure.
He's like, yeah, he is. And he was like, if I try, one time I tried to catch myself on my elbows and I hurt my elbows. Now you got to catch me. I was like, all right.
You gotta take it. You gotta take it. Oh man. So we talked about that hurts. I'm curious. What's the move or the thing that you took that where you was like not expecting it to hurt and you was like, damn, I felt that.
Never again.
It's always random weird. It's always random weird shit. Like I took an elbow drop laying on a table from a guy that was 22 feet in the air when I was on the Indies, right? And yeah, that hurt, but that didn't hurt as much as like one time I had Joaquin Wild on my shoulder and he had to fight out of it and he fucking did the elbow fight out gimmick and he chipped my damn tooth.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird shit like that.
So it's just a weird random ass like moments.
It's weird random shit like that. It's never like the big choke slam or like it's never done like the one time I had like a bad stomach ache. You know those stomach aches where you're like it feels like you're gonna throw up.
Yep.
You ain't got nothing in your stomach to throw up. You know what I'm saying? So I had a match. This was in Trinidad. My last match before I re-signed with WWE last time for the All Caribbean Wrestling Championship. Had a match in Trinidad. And it hurt so bad, I literally thought that I had my appendix was about to burst. Like, but I'm in Trinidad though, so it's not like I can run to the doctor. I'm like, I got to get through this match and then get home tomorrow and go straight to the ER when I get home. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but in the match we had already called, like one thing you see me do the moonsault, right? You saw it at GCW. So I break it out in big matches only. So, but he's a lot smaller than me. So when I do it against guys like that, I've only ever hit the moonsault one time. It was at GCW, and they were both standing up, right? Every other time, I miss it, or they like super kick me out of the air, or like, you know what I'm saying? Every time. So like it's like my Flair. It's like Flair going to the top rope, right?
Yeah.
So So I do this moonsault with this really bad like stomach ache that it was so bad, it hurt so much that my muscles were cramped around my stomach. I thought my appendix was going to burst. Like, that's what I thought was the problem. Like I thought I was on WebMD.
I can relate, literally.
I was like, I'm on WebMD. Like my appendix is my appendix gonna burst? Like I'm scared to
I
actually
literally
do
can
this.
relate.
You know what I'm saying? I'm scared to do this match because I'm like, I might die if this appendix bursts in this match, right? So like, I'm like, fuck it. So we had already called the moonsault spot, and I go for it, and I don't hit him. Obviously, I hit the mat, and and good thing I had to sell for the next like 30 seconds anyway, because I spent 30 seconds just trying basically throwing up, but with nothing in my stomach, right? Like no liquid or nothing in my stomach, and I'm just on my knees, like actively like gagging, throwing up, but there's nothing to throw up in the ring. Like that was definitely one of the worst experiences ever. And then like 30 seconds later, I was like, okay, well, my appendix didn't burst. I still don't know that it's not my appendix at this point. You know what I'm saying? I was like, my appendix didn't burst. That was the only part I really had to get through. Let's finish the goddamn match. Right?
Jesus.
Dude, that's literally something. It's crazy to hear somebody else say that because, dude, when I had my stomach surgery, that's literally what the doctor said. Hey, drew a picture of what my stomach was supposed to look like on a post-it note. Homie left 5 minutes after my parents come out the room and they go, yeah, we need you to sign this paper. We're going to cut you open. Your appendix might explode. Mind you, I was training to get ready for a fight and was in the middle of a weight cut. And I'm like, wait a minute. We went from steroids
right now.
We went from steroids to now you're wanting to cut X, Y, and Z out of my stomach. Wait a minute. Can we hold the fucking phone for just a minute? Please.
Bro, I'm in the Trinidad. Like,
I can only imagine the flight would be what I'm scared about. Fuck the match. You gotta fly with the
you gotta fly like that.
If your appendix is messed up, holy shit.
That's like the worst flight back.
I just be asking for my seat to be in the bathroom the whole time. Just put me back
for real.
Give me a first class seat in the shit.
Just put me in the bathroom, man.
That's so crazy. I had this is gonna sound wild. I had to get a shot in my ass in the Dominican Republic because I was I was on a cruise.
He's talking about TRT. I think you're talking about something else.
No, I don't know. That's the wild thing. It's like I don't even know what I got because like half of them didn't speak English. They were just like, I had this pain up my leg, and man, I was like, I cannot perform like this, man. I couldn't even bend my leg. It was rough. So lady was like, might be sciatic or something like that. I heard her say sciatica, and I was like, oh, so sciatic. All right. So she's like, maybe it's a back thing. And my wife's already had sciatic stuff. She's like, it's probably not that, but whatever. And she's like, I'm gonna just give you this shot. It should at least get you through. And she's like, where? I was like, she's like, the buttocks. And I'm like, oh my God. So I'm in this like little like medical clinic, mini clinic out in the middle of the DR. And I got a shot in my ass, and I got through the show. I finished the show.
Hey, the show must go on.
Let's go. Like I was like, I can't come all the way out here and be like, sorry, y'all, I can't do it.
Why the first thing that came into my mind when you said that? So I'm a sports nerd, always have been my whole life. As it made me think of the movie 61, where they're talking about Roger Maris and Mickey Mantle and the home run race, and when Mickey Mantle had to get the shot in his ass to try to keep playing, and the shit turned like fucking orange.
That's what I kept thinking. They're like, man, you taking something that you have no idea what you're taking. Like, you got, man.
I just got to do the show,
especially
bro.
Overseas, dude. That's overseas. One word can mean something different here.
The thing that bothered me is like, if I would have had to get like emergency surgery in Trinidad,
right?
Like, not saying there's no good doctors in Trinidad, but like, I know that my coverage ain't they outside my coverage for sure.
That's outside the coverage zone. Maybe if you was in like Canada, they free healthcare, they'll be like, sure, no problem. But
we do this all the time, no problem.
Man, that's what a buddy of mine happened. I think he broke his arm.
He's gonna end up like the
Canada.
new Saw movie. If you watched it, go over there for like the miracle surgery and end up in a fucking Saw game. Hey man. Well, since we've talked about surgeries and all those other things, I'm gonna end this one on a lighthearted one for you. So since we're talking about the Battle Rumble that's going down, can't wait to be there. Ring the bell. The t-shirt for that's coming soon. But with that said, who wins in a battle rap between you and Swerve, since Swerve is on this show?
Me, for sure. No disrespect to Swerve, but Swerve just started rapping. I forgot better lines than he's wrote. You know what I'm saying? Like, he started rapping like 3-4 years ago. You know, he's got a good song. You know, we've made songs together. I'm not saying the brother can't rap, but if we talking about word for word, bar for bar, shout out Soldier Boy, like, yeah, I'm clearing everybody, man. It's not just Swerve. Mega can get it too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hey,
Shots
what?
fired.
DNA can get it too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man, I'm just sitting here.
Leo
sipping my
can get
juice.
it. Max can get it. Like, anybody who want it can get it. What AJ Broder said? Americans,
American.
Mexicans, Jamaicans,
I'm a
anybody that want it can get it.
can get it.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
I'll
Like,
ask this then for the Battle Rumble. We still working out, the logistics and trying to make it, a fun time as well as an authentic, like real good battle atmosphere. So I would ask you, are you planning on getting into the battle segment of the show?
yeah, I
What do
ain't
you think?
scared.
Are you trying to battle?
Yeah, I ain't scared.
Okay. Them battle rappers is savages
I'm
though.
not scared. I'm a really very talented rapper. I'm not scared. I've battle rapped before. I've done ciphers. I have songs. I do music video. Like, bruh, I'm not scared. See, that's the difference between me and these other. That's why I always say these other wrestlers, they're not real rappers. They're rappers as a gimmick. They're rappers because it sounds cool to say I'm a rapper. They got a couple songs. I have made 200 plus music videos rapping. I have literally thousands, I'm recording on my phone right now, or I would pull up my notes app. I have thousands of verses in my phone. I have a verse for Saga, who's a battle rapper. Me and him talked about having a battle rap in 2021. I wrote a verse. Me and him had that conversation in 2021. I wrote a verse that night. We haven't even talked about it since. And then the other day when we were talking about doing it at the Battle Rumble, I showed him like, I got bars for you. I'm just scrolling. Like,
Wow.
you know what I'm saying? I got bars for any and everybody. I have diss songs for any and everybody. Like in WWE, the reason why you didn't see me do diss songs more often is because they didn't want me to. Like they saw me, they saw my LA Knight diss song. They wouldn't let me put it out. Like,
wow.
Because they said, oh, well, we don't know. Because I have a line in there about him. I say, they say you biting off Stone Cold and The Rock, man, they did it wrong. You clearly biting off Little John. Yeah, right?
I like it.
That's
right?
good.
But they told me, oh, well, we don't know. We don't know if you can we don't know if we can say that on TV, blah blah blah. And then 2 weeks later, Miz said all that.
How about that? Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? Like I got diss songs for everybody. That's why you need to watch what you say, because I got diss songs about everybody. I got diss songs.
He's ready.
We got diss songs for the Street Profits. We got diss songs for Sheamus and the Brawling Brutes. All these are music videos already shot.
Wow.
Diss songs for Max Caster. Diss songs for endless people in AEW. Like
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Like this song, I got diss songs for everybody, and some people have seen them. Like some of my homies, I've shown them the video, but like I just keep it gangster.
In the
like,
chamber. It's ready.
Until you give me a reason to embarrass you, I keep it G.
Just
You know
keep it in the chamber.
You know what I'm saying?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
If you want, I got like 3 diss songs for Jim Cornette. Sorry ass. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
You might have to let one of them. You might have to let one of them go.
It's just not worth my time. He gets more famous talking about me. I don't get famous talking about him. He can't be on ESPN or NBC or CBS or Fox or NFL Network. These people don't know who he is. You know what I'm saying? Like he gets more famous talking about me. So I just let him rock. Keep saying my name. Keep going.
Yeah,
and then if he gets real disrespectful, I mean, I done already had to talk some Pioneer City boys off the ledge. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really from
Man,
the.
oh
They
man.
don't play about me in Pioneer City. Let me tell you that they don't play
Oh.
about me. So like, I done already had to like, hey, chill. He just an old man. He don't know what he's doing.
He don't know what he's doing. He an old man. Chill.
Just an old man, though.
He said all the smoke's ready come time for the battle rumble, though, man. It's gonna be a good time, man.
Sound
Rand,
like
let
it's gonna be a
everybody
good
know
one.
where they can check it out one more time and where it's going down, time, place, all that good stuff.
Hey, it's going down January 26th at the Crowbar in Tampa, Ybor City. It's right in the heart of town. It's going to be a good old time. We got rappers, we got wrestlers, we got gamers, we got everybody's going to be there. If you are in town for the Rumble or you just live in the area, you within 3-4 hours, you need to be there because this is going to be the dopest event happening in the city. So yeah, come through. I know there's a ton of other events happening. Shout out to everybody. I think some folks are doing some double duty, maybe doing hopping around. And so I ain't mad at that at all. So, you know, you can get several tickets. You can do several things. Our show is from 6 to midnight.
GCW straight to Battle Rumble.
There you go. So yeah, don't meet them there, beat them there. So there will be giveaways from our dope sponsors every hour on the hour from 6 to midnight. We got 2K, we got Native Instruments, we got a Direct Sound who makes these dope headphones. Shameless plug. Serato, Magma, Elf Audio. So all these, anybody who makes music knows all these are very, very dope prizes. So come through and get this work. You know what I mean? And if you're a producer that's thinking about signing up, hit my Twitter. I just retweeted the my homie Slot Funk Dust has a link up. So any producers who want to throw some beats in the hat, please do. It's gonna be a dope time, man. We got some great cats. Lord Zay, Swell Rel, Montezi, Teague Hall, Psych Montano, Gats, AJ Francis, of course, Leo Rush, Swerve Strickland, several other secret surprises coming after Christmas. I'm gonna give you those after Christmas. And you know, it's wrestling, so there will be mad run-ins and secrets. So it's gonna be a good old time. So get your tickets right now at megaran.com/shows.
And I also would like to say SmackDown is the night before in Miami, so SmackDown people won't be able to make the show. But all of my homies that are on Raw, that are going to be on the Royal Rumble, will be at the show. So there'll be a bunch of wrestlers and cool people there too.
But there you go. I will see you there.
You heard Santa Rand. This is the place to go. Be there. Royal Rumble weekend. Until next time, and in the in-between time, hit that button. Peace.